Hare Krishna. We welcome all of our YouTube live listeners and our Facebook live listeners. Welcome to all of you to session 56 of Sri Bhagavatamrita. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Shaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Nama Pankajanabhaya Nama Pankajamaline Nama Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangraye Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Aradhya Bhagavan Vrajesha Tanayas Tadhama Vrindavanam Ramya Kachidupasana Vrajavadhu Vargena Vakalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Amalam Prema Pumartho Mahan Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhur Matamidam Tatra Dharana Paraha Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanatha Swami Niti Namine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swami Niti Namine Nama Acharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayine Gaura Katha Dhamadaya Nagara Grama Tarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Hare Krishna. So we welcome all of you to this session 56 of Sri Bhagavatamrita. So today, before proceeding to the Bhagavatamrita session, we would like to announce and congratulate the devotees who participated in the quiz session from yesterday. From Facebook, we would like to congratulate Meena Mataji, Shweta Suryanarayanan Mataji, Ranjani Gopika Mataji. And from YouTube, we'd like to congratulate Swati Mataji, Shweta Manjari Mataji, Geeta Varadarajan Mataji, Janeshwar Gauranga Prabhu, Hari Krishna Maddali Prabhu, Shama Supriya Mataji, Vrindavani Mataji, Rekha Mataji, Soumya Mataji, Shweta Mataji and Barshana Chitra Mataji. So congratulations to all of you for participating in the quiz session from yesterday. So today we are going to continue on with the beautiful childhood pastimes of Sri Krishna. So today we will cover 3 chapters, chapters 9, 10 and 11. Chapter 9 is entitled Mother Yaśodā Binds Lord Krishna. So this is the Damodar Lila, the most beautiful and the most beloved to the hearts of the devotees is Damodar Lila. It is in fact so dear even to Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani loves this pastime of Sri Krishna getting bound by the rope of love of Mother Yaśodā. So this chapter starts with the texts 1 and 2, where Srila Shukadev Goswami is saying that one day when Mother Yaśodā saw that all the maid servants were engaged in other household affairs, she personally began to churn the yogurt. While churning, she remembered the childish activities of Krishna. And in her own way, she composed songs and enjoyed singing to herself about all those wonderful activities. And Srila Prabhupada, he tells in the purport to this verse, he says that Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, who is quoting from the Vaishnava Toshani of Srila Sanatan Goswami, he says that this particular pastime of Mother Yaśodā binding baby Krishna and Mother Yaśodā doing this one day that is said here, it is actually on the day of Deepavali, the most auspicious day of Diwali. And here it is said that Mother Yaśodā, she is the queen of Vrindavan. She was the queen of Nanda Maharaj, the king of Vrindavan. And they had so many maid servants in their homes, she did not need to work at all. But because it was a festival day, and because Nand Baba and Yaśodā Maya especially were continuously always getting complaints that, from the different elderly cowherd ladies of Vrindavan, they would come to Mother Yaśodā and tell that, look what your Kanha did today. He came here to my home and he stole all my butter. So Mother Yaśodā started thinking that maybe my Kanha is not liking that the maid servants are churning the butter from yogurt. So today I will make the special butter for Krishna because it is a special day. So that is the reason why Mother Yaśodā, she started churning on this pot of yogurt. And when she was churning this pot of yogurt, she was all by herself. And she was humming, she was actually just glorifying the beautiful pastimes and the attributes and the qualities of Krishna. And while she was doing it, there was nobody to play any musical, instruments when she was singing all by herself. So it is said that the pot of yogurt with the churning rod in it, it was making sounds like ghad, 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 like mridanga. It was like the sounds of the mridanga. And Mother Yaśoda's bangles, they were making, like she was going like this and churning the butter. So her bangles were clinking amongst themselves. And that's how the beautiful sounds like cymbals, like karatals was coming. So like this, her singing was getting natural music that was happening. And this beautiful singing, when Krishna hears that devotees are, chanting his glories, Krishna immediately listens. Krishna told Narad Muni that, Naham tishtami vaikunthe, and yoginam hridayeshva, yatra gayanti madbhakta tatra tishtami narada. Then, my dear Narada, I do not reside in Vaikuntha, nor do I reside in the heart of the yogis, but where my devotees are chanting my glories, yatra gayanti madbhakta tatra tishtami Narada. That's where I reside. So immediately when Mother Yaśodā was singing so beautifully, so lovingly, when she was chanting the glories of Krishna, who was, tucked in very comfortably, Krishna was sleeping in his warm, cozy bed. and this beautiful singing of Mother Yaśodā entered Krishna's ears. He immediately just climbed out of his bed and he just came running to Mother Yaśodā. And he was really hungry. So it is said in text 4 that while Mother Yaśodā was churning butter, Lord Kṛṣṇa, desiring to drink her milk, appeared before her. And in order to increase her transcendental pleasure, he caught hold of the churning rod and began to prevent her from churning. It's as if Krishna is demanding. The Sanskrit that is mentioned here in text 4 is Grihitva dadhi manthanam. Grihitva means Krishna caught the churning rod with which Mother Yaśodā was churning the butter. So Krishna just caught hold of it. That's saying, no, you stop all your activities and you give me your milk. So Mother Yaśodā immediately, she just picked up her loving child, her beautiful child, and she placed him on her lap and she started giving him her milk. And Krishna was enjoying, drinking the milk from Mother Yaśodā. Mother Yaśodā was enjoying that her baby is so satisfied. And in between all this satisfaction and this pleasure, suddenly a dreadful thought entered the mind of Mother Yaśodā. Her attention was immediately diverted to the milk which she had left burning on the pot on fire. And the milk was about to come out. So the Acharyas, Srila Sanatana Goswami Pad, he explains in the Tika to this verse, he says that there are 3 reasons why the milk wanted to come out from the boiling pot. In the spiritual world, all kinds of objects, they are actually conscious. They know that they are used in the service of Krishna. They know, they are conscious of their existence. So the milk is also a living entity. The milk is not a non-living thing in the spiritual world. Everything is living in this, everything is conscious in the spiritual world. So here the milk was thinking, it is said 3 different reasons. Why was the milk boiling over? Because when the milk heard, the milk was nicely getting boiled. It was not coming up. But when the milk heard the tiny footsteps of Krishna and the tiny ankle bells going chun, 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 the milk could understand, oh, Krishna has woke up so early in the morning today. And the milk's ears immediately stood up. And he heard, the milk started listening to the conversation between Yaśodā Maiya and Krishna. And Kanha saying that, Maiya, give me your milk. So then to just see this beautiful vision of Maiya Yaśodā giving her milk to Krishna, the milk said, let me take a peep. Let me take a peep of this beautiful vision. Let me see how beautifully is Mother Yaśodā feeding her milk to Krishna. I want to see, I want to take darshan. So the milk was trying to come out. And when the milk was taking a peep, then when the milk saw that Krishna is enjoying the milk from Mother Yaśodā, the milk was immediately saddened. And the milk thought that, oh, Krishna, his stomach is getting satisfied. He is getting fully satisfied by drinking the milk of Mother Yaśodā. Then he will not drink me. And the milk got very sad. And when it got very sad, the 3rd reason is the milk started coming out because it wanted to commit suicide. It just said, oh, what is the use of my surviving? If Krishna will not drink me, then there's no use for me to live. So it was committing suicide, Sanatana Goswami explains. It was trying to come out. It was boiling over. So then, at that time, Krishna, who was sitting on the lap of Mother Yaśodā was a perfect Vaishnavi, perfect devotee. That she's not just concerned about her happiness and her, pleasure of serving Krishna. Rather, Mother Yaśodā wants to engage everyone in the service of Krishna. So she could not tolerate the milk, feeling bad that, oh, no, you will also be used. So she gave up her own happiness. And she put baby Krishna down on the floor and she ran in to save the milk from committing suicide. and saying, no, 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 milk, you will be used in the service of Kṛṣṇa. But Kṛṣṇa, he got extremely angry. He got extremely angry that how can Mother Yaśodā leave me unsatisfied? I'm still hungry. So in his anger, he just took a rock over there and he just struck the earthen pot, which was filled with, yogurt. And the butter had just started forming. So that entire yogurt and everything spilled all over the floor. And then Kṛṣṇa, with his tiny little palms, he just picked up how much ever yogurt and butter he could. Kṛṣṇa was just 5-year-old at this time during this Lila. 3.5 years old. So when he just picked up like this, how much butter can Kṛṣṇa's little tiny palms hold? And he picked it up and then he was eating, and then he started walking. And then Kṛṣṇa was almost like when the butter and the yogurt fell, Kṛṣṇa's body also got sprayed with that yogurt. So then Kṛṣṇa started leaving little butter footprints wherever he was going. So then Mother Yaśodā, when she came out after, taking care of the milk, she came out and she saw, oh, this is a huge mess. And she immediately figured out, oh, this is done by my little child, my naughty little child Kṛṣṇa has done this. And then she just was so angry because it was the day of Diwali. And Diwali, we all know how it is a cleaning time. The house is made spick and span. So Mother Yaśodā spent so much time to clean up, and Kṛṣṇa, in the morning, he made this mess. So Mother Yaśodā said, oh, I have to, give some punishment, some chastisement to my child. So then Mother Yaśodā, she just picked up a stick and she started following the little butter footprints of Kṛṣṇa. And she came out into the courtyard and there she saw what was Kṛṣṇa doing. It is said in text 8 that Kṛṣṇa at that time, he was sitting on an upside down wooden mortar for grinding spices. So the wooden grinding mortar, it was, after the spices are ground, then it is, put out the other side, so that things can dry out. And Kṛṣṇa, he had climbed up on this grinding mortar and he had extended his left hand to the birds and the monkeys. And he was feeding butter to the birds and the monkeys. And in one hand, he was eating. He was himself eating. And with the other hand, he was feeding the birds and the monkeys. Kṛṣṇa was so grateful to the monkeys that, my dear monkeys, when I came as Lord Ramachandra, I could not reciprocate with your love. But here I am. Now I'm giving you the reward. Please eat butter from my own hands. And Kṛṣṇa's hands, they're like Akshay Patra. That little tiny hands of Kṛṣṇa, he was eating, the birds and the monkeys were eating, but the butter was not getting over. It was like unlimited supply of butter in Kṛṣṇa's hands. So they were all so fortunate. They were all eating the butter. They were having a nice butter picnic in the courtyard of Nanda Baba. And Mother Yaśodā was coming from behind. But Kṛṣṇa, it is said in text 8 that because he had stolen, he was looking all around with great anxiety, that suspecting that he might be chastised by his mother. And Mother Yaśodā, upon seeing him, very cautiously came from behind. And as soon as she came from behind, Kṛṣṇa jumped out from the grinding mortar. And he jumped down from the grinding mortar and he ran out the palace and he ran out into the streets of Gokul. So Satyavrata Muni, he has so beautifully written this Sri Damodar Ashtakam that we sing every day during the month of Kartik. And the first verse of Sri Damodar Ashtakam is depicting this particular scene that we just talked about. The first verse is Namamishwaram sa chidanandarupam lasat kundalam go kule bhrajamanam Yaśodā bhiyalukha ladhavamanam param rishtvam atyanta Drutya Gopya. That fearing Mother Yaśodā, Kṛṣṇa, he was sitting on top of the Ulukhal, and he just sprang from the Ulukhal and Dhavamana. He just ran away from there. And this is this Satchidananda Rupa Bhagavan Shri Kṛṣṇa. I offer my respectful obeisances. So this is Satyavrata Muni glorifying Shri Kṛṣṇa in this particular way. So Kṛṣṇa, he ran into the streets of Gokul, and Yaśodā Maya was chasing behind him. And she said, today, Kanha, today I'm not leaving you. You have done theft in your own house today. I'm not leaving you. You did such a mistake. You have made such a mess. So I'm going to chastise you. So she was running behind Kṛṣṇa. And Kṛṣṇa has got tiny feet. He was like, he was running. And everywhere he was running, the streets of Gokul, he was shouting, oh, save me from Maya Yaśodā, please. I'm going to get killed today by Maya. And everyone was coming out that what is happening? What is happening? Why is Mother Yaśodā chasing Kṛṣṇa around the streets of Gokul? And then when she was getting very fatigued, Mother Yaśodā was getting very fatigued running behind Kṛṣṇa. So then it is explained that the malati flowers decorating the hair of Mother Yaśodā started falling down. And Srila Sanatana Goswami Pad, he explains that there are three reasons, Krishna Chaitanya, that there are three reasons for the malati flowers to fall down from the hair of Mother Yaśodā. The first reason is the malati flowers were saying that some of the malati flowers were thinking that, oh, this Kṛṣṇa, he is running, and Mother Yaśodā, she is trying to catch that Supreme Personality of Godhead, whom even yogis cannot capture the Supreme Lord in their hearts. And Mother Yaśodā is trying to capture him, and she's going to punish him. She's chasing him with a stick. Oh, this is something very dangerous. It's a very dangerous situation. So we don't want to be part of this, very, very difficult situation. Because if Kṛṣṇa gets punished, what will happen to Mother Yaśodā? And we will be considered that we are part of the system. No. Let us get away from this thing. We don't want to be part of it. That's what some of the malati flowers were thinking. The second group of malati flowers, the reason why they were falling down, they were thinking that, oh, Mother Yaśodā, she is running so hard. She is working so hard. And we are causing a burden on her. She's carrying our weight. So let us fall down from her hair. So her burden will be little less reduced so that she can run faster and she can catch Kṛṣṇa. So that's why some of them fell down. The third group of malati flowers were thinking that Mother Yaśodā, she is such a wonderful, amazing, topmost devotee that she is trying to catch Kṛṣṇa, whom no one can catch, no one can conquer Kṛṣṇa. But Mother Yaśodā is doing that. She's about to do that. Let us take the dust of such a devotee on our head. So some of the malati flowers were falling down for this reason. So then text 15 explains that when Mother Yaśodā was trying to bind the child, she saw that the rope that she just then caught baby Kṛṣṇa and she brought him back to the courtyard of Nanda Baba, to their home. And she said, Kṛṣṇa, today you have done so much mistake, I'm going to tie you down to this wooden grinding mortar. And she made Kṛṣṇa stand against the mortar and she took a rope and she tried to bind Kṛṣṇa. And text 15 explains that the rope fell short 2 fingers. And she said, okay, no problem. She brought more rope to join it and she joined it and she again tried to bind him. Again, it was 2 fingers too short. Then Mother Yaśodā then said to all her servants that go and bring all the rope that is used to tie the cows. Go and bring all that rope. I'm going to tie Kṛṣṇa today. I'm not giving up. So then all the maidservants, they went to the Goshala. They brought all the rope in the home of Nanda Baba. They tied up all together. With that, Mother Yaśodā tied. And again, it was 2 fingers too short. Then by this time, all the Brajbasis, the senior gopis, the elderly gopis, they had also come to see what is Mother Yaśodā trying to do today to Kanha. So then they were standing and witnessing this most amazing pastime. And then Mother Yaśodā told them, you know what, go to your homes, bring all the rope in your home. And then they all sat in a line, they made a huge rope. They tied that, and again, it was again 2 fingers too short. And Mother Yaśodā was like, what are you doing, Kṛṣṇa? Kṛṣṇa was defying all laws of, nature. He was defying all laws of gravity, all laws of, every kind of law Kṛṣṇa was defying. Why is he not getting bound? So the Acharyas explain that the 2-finger difference, one of the fingers represent our endeavor, and the second finger represents Krishna's mercy. So we need both to succeed in our devotional endeavor. We cannot say that, oh, I will not do anything. When God wants, He will call me. Some people say this. And jab bulawa aayega tab dekha jayega. Mandir jaake hum kya karenge? Jab bulawa aayega to dekhenge. Means when the Lord will call, then we will go. That's ridiculous. Then such a thing will never happen. Or some people think on the other extreme, some people think, oh, I will do everything with my karma. I can change my destiny. Everything is in the power of my hands. I can do everything. That is another extreme. But the truth, as always, lies in the center. That we need both. We need our endeavor, and we also need the mercy coming from Kṛṣṇa. And when these 2 fingers, the difference is met, then we can bind the Lord in the region of our heart. So when Mother Yaśodā was getting so fatigued, and Kṛṣṇa saw that Mother Yaśodā is endeavoring so much, then immediately he had his mercy, and he allowed Mother Yaśodā to tie him up with a rope of his love, of her love. So then Mother Yaśodā tied him up, and she picked him up, and she again put him on top of the grinding mortar and said, sit down over here. In this sun, you sit here. It was around 10 o'clock in the morning at that time. So she said, you sit down over here. I'm going inside to take care of all the mess that you made. I'm going to clean up all that, but you stay here. You're time out. You're punished. And Kṛṣṇa said, okay, Maya, I'm sitting. And then as soon as Mother Yaśodā went in, the little childhood friends of Kṛṣṇa, Shridam, Sudam, Madhumangal, they all came, running inside because it was playtime. And they came and said, oh, Kanha, where are you? And then Kanha said, hey, I'm here. Look what Mother Yaśodā did to me. She bound me up. Come and release me. So then Shridam, Sudam, Madhumangal, they were laughing. Kṛṣṇa, look, you always cheat us in games. Today, you have got what you deserve. You deserve to be punished, Kṛṣṇa. You always cheat us. Today, you've got your punishment. They were very happy. And then Kṛṣṇa said, hey, what kind of friends are you? Come, release me, open me up so we can go and play. So then the boy said, okay, we'll try to open up. And then the boys with their tiny little fingers, they tried to open up the knot that Mother Yaśodā had tied. But they were not able to open it. And Srila Sanatana Goswami Pad, he explains that why the boys were not able to open the rope, the knot that was tied by Mother Yaśodā. It is not because the boys were incapable of doing it, but it has got a very, deep meaning to it. The reason that is given is that the rope of love of Mother Yaśodā was tied by the love of Mother Yaśodā, which is in Vatsalya ras. We all know that there are 5 primary rasas, the Shanta ras, Dasya ras, Sakhya ras, Vatsalya ras, and Madhurya ras. So, it is not that Dasya ras is higher than Shanta ras, and Madhurya ras is the highest. Nothing like that. It's just that it is more intimate. Sakhya ras is more intimate than Dasya ras. Vatsalya ras is more intimate than Sakhya ras. And Madhurya ras is the most intimate. So they're not like a ladder or, not that we have to graduate ourselves from one rasa to the other. No, they are, complete in themselves. That is the beauty of these rasas. So Mother Yaśodā, she had bound baby Kṛṣṇa in Vatsalya ras. And Vatsalya ras and the sakhas of Kṛṣṇa, they are in Sakhya ras. So in Sakhya ras, the sakhas could not come and untie that rope, because Mother Yaśodā had bound Kṛṣṇa with the rope of her love, which is in Vatsalya ras, which is more intimate than Sakhya ras. That's why the sakhas were not able to open the knot and untie Kṛṣṇa. So then Kṛṣṇa said, okay, you're not able to untie me, so what should we do? The Sakha said, don't worry, Kana, we'll do something, we'll figure out, we'll play here. You are tied up, it's okay, we'll play here. And the boys just started playing around Kṛṣṇa. And then Kṛṣṇa was thinking, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? I have to do some more mischief. Mother Yaśodā, she punished me. Now wait and see what I'm going to do. Then Kṛṣṇa started scanning. He started scanning the courtyard. And then Kṛṣṇa's lotus eyes fell upon the corner of the courtyard where the two gigantic Yamala-arjuna trees were standing. And as soon as Kṛṣṇa saw the Yamala-arjuna trees, Kṛṣṇa was immediately reminded of his dearly beloved devotee Narada Muni. So at this point, the chapter 9 ends, and we come to chapter 10, which is entitled The Deliverance of the Yamala-arjuna Trees. So here, the first verse starts with Parikshit Maharaj inquiring that what had happened. Who are these Yamala-arjuna trees? And Shukadev Goswami said, well, they are the sons of Kuvera. And then Parikshit Maharaj was shocked. Oh, really? They were the sons of Kuvera? Tell me about them. What happened? Why did they get cursed and why did they become trees? So then from text 2 to text 23 of this chapter, Srila Shukadev Goswami tells the pastime of the sons of Kuvera in relation to Narad Muni. So it is said that Kuvera's two sons, Nala Kuvera and Manigriva, these are the two sons of Kuvera, they were once sporting in the Mandakini, in the heavenly Ganges, with some apsaras, and they were completely unclothed. And they were enjoying, they were heavily intoxicated. And they were not only intoxicated with the actual, intoxication, but they were also intoxicated in pride of the wealth of their father. So it is explained that at that very moment, Narad Muni was passing by. And when Narad Muni was passing by, the Apsaras, they immediately felt very much ashamed. And they immediately got out of the water and they covered themselves up. But Nala Kuvera and Manigriva, they were so much intoxicated with pride, with arrogance, and with intoxication that they completely even denied to recognize the presence of Narad Muni. So when Narad Muni saw this, he felt that these two boys, they are, the sons of Kuvera. What an auspicious birth. But these two boys are wasting their precious birth and engaging in such ridiculous activities. I have to bring them out from this kind of, illusion that they are in. So when a person gets maddened with, intoxication or maddened with illusion, what is done to bring them back to reality? Electric shock is given to them. So Narad Muni said, I have to give them an electric shock. So Narad Muni cursed them out of his mercy. And he said, my dear boys, O sons of Kuvera, Nala Kuvera and Manigriva, you both are so interested in displaying your bare bodies. I curse you to become trees so that you can stand for lifetimes together without wearing any clothes. May you become trees. And as soon as these words came out of Narad Muni's mouth, both the boys, their intoxication was completely evaporated. And they fell down at the lotus feet of Narad Muni that, please save us, please save us, forgive us. Narad Muni said, my dear boys, this one is actually a benediction for both of you. That Kṛṣṇa himself will come When Krishna comes in Dwapar Yuga, he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Directly, he will come and he will personally deliver both of you. So then it is said in text 24 that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, to fulfill the truthfulness of the words of his great devotee Narada, slowly went to that spot where the two twin trees, the Arjuna trees, were standing. And Krishna thought to himself, it is said in text 25, very important point. Krishna thought to himself in text 25, he said, although these two young men are the sons of Kuvera, and I have nothing to do with them, but Devarshi Narada, he is my very dear and affectionate devotee. And therefore, because he wanted me to come face to face with them, I must do so and deliver them. This is the power of a devotee. You see, Krishna, when he thinks about us, he does not even think about us. Why would Krishna think about us when Krishna has such loving devotees who are always surrounding him? Who are we? We have already defied Krishna and we are here. We have defied the service of Krishna and we are here. So why would Krishna think about us? So that's why Krishna tells, even for us, Krishna says that I have nothing to do with them. Why should I do anything for them? But our only saving grace is our spiritual masters, our gurus, Srila Prabhupada. That if they somehow are pleased with some service that we do, some menial service that we do, and if they recommend us to Krishna, then we have some hope. So this is a very, very important point for us to note, that we have nothing, we have no existence, if we are by ourselves. Our only saving grace is the mercy of our spiritual master. He's the only one who can actually bring us to Krishna. Krishna she tomar, Krishna dite paro, tomaro shakoti ache. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he is saying this. Je Krishna she tomar, Krishna dite paro, tomar shakoti ache. That's what we pray to our acharyas, that my dear acharyas, you have Krishna with you and you have the power to give him to us. Otherwise we are hopeless. There's hope. We don't have any hope for receiving the mercy of Krishna. So then, thinking about Narada, only just to fulfill the words of Narad Muni, Krishna then dragged this grinding mortar in between the two trees. The Yamala-arjuna trees were standing like this. So Krishna he just walked through the trees and he dragged the mortar got stuck behind. And Krishna then climbed through, crawled through. And when he crawled through, he saw that the grinding mortar got stuck. He just gave a little pull. And as soon as he gave a little pull, the two gigantic Yamala-arjuna trees came crushing down. And then from the trees came out these two beautiful effulgent personalities, Nala Kuvera and Manigriva. And they offered beautiful prayers to baby Krishna from text 29 through text 38. And in text 39, Srila Shukadev Goswami, he's saying that Krishna was smiling, listening to the prayers of the two boys. It is said, Prahasan, Krishna was smiling. And the reason why Krishna was smiling is because Krishna was seeing, look at me. I am tied up by my mother, but I am still able to deliver both of you. You were tied up in this, in this form of the trees, and I'm able to deliver you, but I am still tied up. Look at my condition. That these two, both of you fell down from the heavenly planets, and I have delivered you both, but I am still bound. But this is how my supremacy works. That is the power of Krishna. So Text 41. Kṛṣṇa is speaking to the boys. Kṛṣṇa is saying, a very important point, Kṛṣṇa is saying, Sadhunam samachittanam sutaram matkritatmanam darshanano bhaved bandha pumso Kṛṣṇo savituryatha. Which means, when one is face to face with the sun, there is no longer darkness for one's eyes. Similarly, when one is face to face with a sadhu, a devotee, who is fully determined and surrendered to the personality of Godhead, one will no longer be subject to material bondage. Directly the words of Kṛṣṇa. So, how Srila Prabhupada, he quotes in the purport to this verse, he quotes from the Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 22.54. Mahaprabhu himself says, Sadhu Sangha Sarva Shastre Koi, Lahomatra Sadhu Sangha Sarva Siddhi Hai. That just a moment's association with the devotee can purify one and save one from the most dangerous type of fear and give one all kinds of perfection. This two boys, Nalakuvera and Manigriva, are an example of this particular verse. That they just had a momentary association with Narad Muni, and Narad Muni became the reason for their deliverance. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that this pastime of the deliverance of the two sons of Kuvera, they actually represent the pride and arrogance that arise from the feeling that one has an aristocratic birth and they're very proud of their wealth. So this is the anartha that this pastime of Nalakuvera and Manigriva that they represent. And then Kṛṣṇa goes on to tell the two brothers in text 42, he says, O Nalakuvera and Manigriva, now you both may return home. Since you desire to be always absorbed in my devotional service, your desire to develop love and affection for me will be fulfilled. And now you will never fall from that platform. Kṛṣṇa said, I have nothing to do with these boys. I have nothing to do with them, Kṛṣṇa said. But now, because of Narad Muni, because of that one person, Kṛṣṇa gave them prema bhakti. And he said that you will never fall down from that platform. What a benediction. Just because Narad Muni recommended these two boys. So Satyavrata Muni, when he is glorifying, Sri Damodar, Dam is rope, Udara means belly. So the Lord who is bound by the belly with the rope of love of Mother Yaśodā, he is known as Damodar Bhagavan Ki Jai. And Satyavrata Muni is glorifying that how when Kṛṣṇa delivered the two sons of Kuvera, he gave them prema bhakti. He gave them prema bhakti. That's what Kṛṣṇa did here. So this is how this chapter concludes. Chapter 10 concludes here. And we come to chapter 11, which is entitled The Childhood Pastimes of Kṛṣṇa. So Shukadev Goswami continued that the two boys, Nalakuvera and Manigriva, getting this benediction from Kṛṣṇa, they circumambulated the Lord. And once they circumambulated the Lord, they went back to their father's kingdom. And then after staying in their father's kingdom for some time, then they went back home, back to Godhead by the benediction of Kṛṣṇa. So Shukadev Goswami, he's saying that when the two trees came crashing down, it made a tumultuous sound as if there was an earthquake in Gokul. And at that very time, the senior cowherd men, Nanda, Upananda, Sunanda, everyone, and all the elderly cowherd men of Vrindavan, they all came running to the home of Nanda Baba. And when the cowherd men came, they were all shocked that, this Yamala-arjuna trees, they crashed. And look at Kṛṣṇa. He's sitting amongst this Yamala-arjuna trees. Oh, Kṛṣṇa, is he hurt? He's tied down to this grinding mortar. All of them were shocked. Was it another demon who came and tried to harm our darling little Kṛṣṇa? And then these cowherd boys, remember the cowherd boys were there. So when Kṛṣṇa was having this conversation with Nalakuvara and Manigriva, the boys were sitting and watching this movie. They were sitting and witnessing the entire thing happening in front of their eyes. They saw everything. Text 4, the boys are saying that because, the cowherd men were wondering, oh, was it a demon? Who came? What happened? They were in anxiety. So in text 4, the boys are saying, don't worry, it is Kṛṣṇa who has done this. When he was between the two trees, the mortar fell crosswise and Kṛṣṇa dragged the mortar and the two trees fell down. And after that, two beautiful men came out of the trees and we have seen this all with our own eyes. They circumambulated the, Kṛṣṇa and then they went up. And then the elderly cowherd man said, too much butter you boys are eating. You are hallucinating. So stop talking nonsense. Nobody believed the little boys. And Kṛṣṇa was nicely sitting and he was laughing and, he was still thinking, oh, I am still bound and I delivered the two boys. They went up to their father's kingdom and look at me. I am still in this bound condition. And Kṛṣṇa was smiling to himself. And then when Nanda Maharaj, when he, in text 6, it is said that when Nanda Maharaj saw that his son was bound up like this, he immediately went there and he released Kṛṣṇa. He untied the rope of love of Mother Yaśodā because he could do that. Because Nanda Baba was also in Vatsalya Ras, like Mother Yaśodā. So Nanda Baba immediately untied baby Kṛṣṇa and he picked him up in his lap and he started saying, Kanha, are you okay? And Kṛṣṇa was saying, Yaśodā Maya has, done this to me. And he started complaining to Nanda Baba that, look what Maya did to me. And then Maya also came out. Yaśodā Maya came out. And when she saw this huge scene, she was so worried for Kṛṣṇa. And she ran to Nanda Baba to take Kṛṣṇa from his arms to her, in her lap. And she said, Kanha, I'm so sorry that this happened to you. Come in my arms, come in my arms. And Kṛṣṇa was so angry with Mother Yaśodā that Kṛṣṇa didn't even want to look at her. He was so angry with her that you punished me, like this. Now I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to look at you. And then Mother Yaśodā could not tolerate this. She just could not tolerate that Kṛṣṇa was neglecting her. And then Mother Yaśodā, not being able to tolerate the neglect of Kṛṣṇa, she immediately fainted. It was as if she had given up her life. So it is said that, Sanatana Goswami Pad, he gives a very beautiful, purport to this particular point. He says that when we as practicing sadhakas, when we receive grace, mercy from the senior devotees or our spiritual master, we definitely consider ourselves very fortunate. That mercy, even if it is coming in the form of praise, or that mercy if it is coming in the form of chastisement, both of them are taken in as mercy. Because we chastise only those people whom we love the most. So therefore, even the chastisement coming from the devotees is taken in great, as a great form of mercy. In fact, Srila Prabhupada's one of his glorious disciples is Shrutakirti Prabhu. And anyone who has associated with Shrutakirti Prabhu, if you just sit down with him for 5 minutes, the only pastimes about Srila Prabhupada that he will say is how Srila Prabhupada used to chastise him. That is the only pastimes Shrutakirti Prabhu talks about. So by this we understand how dear Shrutakirti Prabhu is to Srila Prabhupada. That how much he could take the liberty to shout and be angry at Shrutakirti Prabhu. And he knew that even if he's angry, that Shrutakirti Prabhu would never leave. So he, of course, loved Shrutakirti Prabhu also. But, this is a way to show our love also. We get angry only at the people whom we love. Because we are so much concerned that they should not do anything wrong. That's why we get angry at them. So whether we receive chastisement or whether we receive praise from senior devotees or our gurus, that is actually mercy. But if we receive neglect, if we are recipients of neglect from a devotee, that is worse than death. Because if we are recipients of the neglect of a devotee, then that means that devotee is, definitely upset with us. We have offended that devotee. Therefore, they're neglecting us. And if we have offended a devotee and they're neglecting us, then Kṛṣṇa will neglect us. Then what is our hope? So that is why in that same mood, Mother Yaśodā was lifeless. She had fallen unconscious. So we should also take same precaution that when we are dealing with Vaishnavas, we should be so careful that we should never be the recipients of the neglect of a particular Vaishnava. Never be that recipient. We should pray that, please, Kṛṣṇa, let me get chastised. Let me get, let the devotees get angry upon me, but never neglect. So when Mother Yaśodā fell down like this, Kṛṣṇa immediately jumped down the lap of Nanda Baba, and he came and touched the cheeks of Mother Yaśodā, saying, Maya, don't die! Maya, don't die! And then immediately receiving the transcendental touch of baby Kṛṣṇa on her cheeks, Maya Yaśodā came back to her external consciousness. And she said, Kanha, I am so sorry that I bound you up like this. And she just embraced him tightly. And Maya, just hugged Kanha. Kanha was hugging her tightly. And thus this pastime of Sri Dam Bandhan Lila, of Sri Damodar Lila, came to a glorious end. So then it is said that how the gopis, it is said that they would actually make, text 7 says that the gopis would say, Kṛṣṇa, you dance. And then if you dance like this, I'll give you sandesh. And then Kṛṣṇa would, they would clap their hands and Kṛṣṇa would dance. So Kṛṣṇa, how he, all the gopis, made Kṛṣṇa dance to their tunes. This is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But just for the pleasure of his devotees, Kṛṣṇa became subservient to his devotees. So like Satyavrata Muni says, in the 3rd verse of Sri Damodar Ashtakam, that iti driksva lilabhir ananda kunde swaghosham nimajjantam akhyaapayantam tadiye shitagneshu bhaktairjitatvam puna prematastvam satavriti vande. That Damodar, by these beautiful childhood pastimes, he was drowning the inhabitants of Vrindavan in pools of ecstasy. And we pray that we can follow the footsteps of the Brajbasis and get immersed in such Lila. That is our prayer. So then Kṛṣṇa, it is said that text 10 says, another beautiful pastime is here, that once a woman selling fruit was calling out, "Oh, inhabitants of Brajabhumi, if you want to purchase some fruits, come here." Upon hearing this, Kṛṣṇa immediately took some grains and went to barter as if he needed some fruits. So text 11 says, when Kṛṣṇa was going to the fruit vendor lady very hastily, most of the grains that he was holding in his tiny little palms was falling down. Nonetheless, the fruit vendor, she filled Kṛṣṇa's hands with fruits, and her fruit basket was immediately filled with jewels and gold. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tams tathaiva bhajamyaham. As all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. This fruit vendor lady, she just offered some fruits to Kṛṣṇa out of the goodness of her heart. Kṛṣṇa did not even have 3-4 grains of rice to give to her in exchange. But just looking at the beauty of Kṛṣṇa, this lady, she just offered all her fruits to Kṛṣṇa. And because she gave this as a gesture of love, Kṛṣṇa immediately reciprocated and filled her basket with jewels. That is Kṛṣṇa. If Kṛṣṇa takes something, he gives something more bigger. That is the nature of Kṛṣṇa. Kṛṣṇa never takes something and just keeps it. This is mine. No. If he's taking something, he gives back much, much more in return. That is the nature of Kṛṣṇa. So then text 14 explains, Kṛṣṇa and Balaram, being attached to their play, were playing with the elderly boys although it was very late. One day they were playing. And therefore, Mother Yaśodā called them back for lunch. And she told them that text 17 says, Nanda Baba, the king of Vraj, is waiting for both of you. That please come and eat. Oh, my dearest Balaram, he is waiting for you. Therefore, come back and please eat along with your father. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, depicting this particular Lila, he has written the beautiful Sri Bhoga Aratik song, where he says, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is writing in texts 2 and 3, he says that Maya Yaśodā is calling out to Kṛṣṇa, Bela holo Damodar, aisho ekhono, bhogo mandire boshi karo bhajan. নন্দের দেশে বৈশে গিরিবর ধারি বলদেব সহ সখা বৈশে সারি সারি ভজ ভগত বৎসল শ্রী গৌরহরি. Such a beautiful Bhogaratik song depicting this particular pastime when Mother Yaśodā is calling Kṛṣṇa and Balaram, come, it's, Bala holo, it's getting late for your lunchtime, Kanha. Please come, Nanda Baba is waiting for you. So please come and take your prasad. So like this is the way that Nanda Baba, Yaśodā Maya were passing their days in and getting absorbed in the beautiful pastimes of baby Kṛṣṇa. Text 21 says, Srila Shukadev Goswami continues, that one time, after seeing that, there was so much of disturbances happening in Gokul, all the elderly persons, the cowherd men, headed by Nanda Baba, they assembled and they began to consider what to do to stop the continuous disturbing situations in Brajadham. So then, Upananda, he said, this whole thing is happening, that so many demons are coming to attack our dearly beloved Kṛṣṇa. And, Putana came, Trinavarta came, Shakatasura came, and this, what is this, Nalakuvera and Manigriva, all of these demons, they're coming one after the other. So much, inauspicious things are happening here. So much of life-threatening things are happening to our dearly beloved Kṛṣṇa. So I will tell you that it is best. One thing we should do immediately is that let us leave Gokul. Let us just leave Gokul and let's go. Upananda suggested in text 28 that between Nandeshwara and Mahavan is a place named Vrindavan. That place is very suitable because it is lush with grass, plants and creepers for the cows and other animals. It has nice gardens and tall mountains and is full of facilities for the happiness of all the gopas and the gopis and all of our animals. So as soon as Upananda suggested this, all the cowherdmen said, yes, let us go. Why? We should leave tomorrow. Let's just leave tomorrow. We should not stay in this dangerous place. This is dangerous for Kṛṣṇa. Can we imagine this? That Gokul was inhabited by, thousands of cowherd men. All of these families, they got together, and just for this one child, Kṛṣṇa, they got ready in one day to leave their home and to go and get relocated to another place so that their darling Kṛṣṇa can be safe. This is the love of the Brajbasis. The Brajbasis, this is the kind of love that they have for Kṛṣṇa. They're so protective of Kṛṣṇa and they can do anything for Kṛṣṇa, anything. Can we imagine the entire village just came together? They decided in one night, yes, let's leave Gokul, and they got relocated to Vrindavan. They came to Vrindavan. So it is said in text 35 that in this way they entered Vrindavan, where it is always pleasing to live in all the seasons. They made a temporary place to inhabit by placing their bullock carts around them in the shape of a half moon. So it was like a nice protection that they had. And then text 36 says, Shukadev Goswami is saying, O King Parikshit, when Balaram and Kṛṣṇa saw Vrindavan, Govardhan hill, and the banks of the river Jamuna, they both enjoyed great pleasure. And then it is said, text 37 says, that in this way, Kṛṣṇa and Balaram, acting like small boys and talking in half-broken language, gave transcendental pleasure to all the inhabitants of Braj. In due course of time, they became old enough to take care of the calves, it is explained. So that day, Kṛṣṇa, when the first day he wanted to go for, taking care of the calves, Maya Yaśodā said, no, Kana, you cannot go. But then Kṛṣṇa started saying, no, please, I want to go. I really want to go. Okay, I'll just take the calves. I won't take the cows. I'll just take the calves. And then Maya Yaśodā said, why? Why you want to go? And then he said, no, look, every one of my boyfriends are going. And he started, just telling Mother Yaśodā that, please, Goshthe ami jabo mago, Goshthe ami jabo, Shridamo Shudamo Shange Bachuri Charabo. That with Shridam and Shudam, with all my friends, I will just graze the calves, not the cows. And I won't go, too far away from, I won't enter the forest of Vrindavan, I promise. I'll stay within the palace, near the palace grounds. I will stay there. So then it is said, text 38, Mother Yaśodā agrees, and she said, and it is said that text 38 says, not far from their residential quarters, both Kṛṣṇa and Balaram, equipped with all kinds of playthings, they played with their other cowherd boys and began to tend to the small calves. And text 39 and 40 says that sometimes Kṛṣṇa and Balaram would play on their flutes, sometimes they would throw ropes and stones devised for getting fruits from the trees, sometimes they would throw only stones, and sometimes their ankle bells tinkling, they would play football with fruits like bale and amlaki. Sometimes they would cover themselves with blankets and imitate cows and bulls and fight with one another, and roaring loudly, and sometimes they would imitate the voices of the animals. In this way, they enjoyed sporting exactly like two ordinary children. They would sit under the tree. There's a very beautiful painting that they would sit under the tree and, they would take a stalk of grass and they would put in their nose and they would make Kṛṣṇa sneeze. And when Kṛṣṇa would go, Hachu, then all the boys would just start laughing. That, oh, Kṛṣṇa, you're sneezing. Like this, they would all play. So Srila Prabhupada says in the purport that Vrindavan is so beautiful. It is full of peacocks. It is full of cuckoos. It's full of swans, cranes, and also monkeys, bulls, and cows. So Kṛṣṇa and Balaram used to imitate the sounds of these animals, and he would enjoy in the sporting. Just like one of the lines of the Shad Goswami Ashtakam says, Kujat kokilaham shashara shagana kirne mayura kule. So such beautiful sounds, like the peacocks are sounding sham, sham, sham. They're taking the names of Sham. The peacocks are sounding like this, the cranes, the cuckoos, they're all sounding, and Kṛṣṇa and Balaram would imitate. If from one tree, the cuckoo birds will say, coo, then Kṛṣṇa and Balaram from the other side would say, coo, and the cuckoo birds would get confused. Oh, where is our relative? Where is our relative? Where are the other birds? It was these boys who would make such noise. So like this, they would enjoy such beautiful sports. And it is said, text 41 says that one day, Kṛṣṇa and Balaram, when they were playing, they saw that there's another demon who has come, desiring to kill them. And the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Kṛṣṇa, he was immediately able to make out that he came, this demon actually assumed the form of a calf. And he just tried to enter into the other calves. And then Kṛṣṇa immediately pointed out to Balaram that, look, Balaram, that's a calf. That's a demon. And then it is said, text 43 says that Kṛṣṇa caught the demon by the hind legs and the tail, and he twirled the demon very strongly, and the demon just died. And then Kṛṣṇa threw him on top of a kapitha tree, it is said, and then lot of fruits fell down, and then along with the body of the demon. So then it is said that Kṛṣṇa, Srila Prabhupada explains in the purport that this kapita fruit, Kṛṣṇa purposely threw this Vatsasura demon, this calf demon called as Vatsasura, he threw him on top of this tree so that these kapitha fruits would fall down, and Kṛṣṇa and Balaram could take advantage of this opportunity to eat those fruits. So Prabhupada says that this kapitha is sometimes called as the khat bel phala. It is like a bel phal, like a wood apple. So the pulp of this fruit is very palatable, Prabhupada says, and it is sweet and sour, and everyone likes it, Prabhupada said. So this calf demon was named as Vatsasura, whom Kṛṣṇa killed, and it represents childish mentality, and which is very easily influenced by bad association. Text 47 says that another day, by the reservoir of the water, their boys actually saw a gigantic body resembling a mountain peak. And, they were shocked to see such a huge thing. And text 48 says that this great bodied demon was actually Bakasura. And he had assumed the body of this huge crane, like a duck with a very sharp beak. And he immediately swallowed Kṛṣṇa. And all the boys were shocked and afraid for Kṛṣṇa. They immediately became lifeless because, where did Kṛṣṇa go? Bakasura swallowed Kṛṣṇa. But Kṛṣṇa immediately became like fire, and he burnt the root of the demon's throat, and Bakasura immediately just gorged him out. He just, threw him out. And when the demon saw that Kṛṣṇa, had no harm done to him, then with his sharp beak, he tried to keep attacking Kṛṣṇa. And then Kṛṣṇa, what he did, he put his lotus feet on the bottom beak of this Bakasura, and with his arms, he raised up the other beak, the top beak, and he just bifurcated Bakasura like this. He just bifurcated. Just like a child bifurcates a blade of grass, Kṛṣṇa just bifurcated the beak of Bakasura and killed him. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that Bakasura represents cunning duplicity, deceptive behavior, and hypocrisy. So every day when the boys would return home, they would narrate these extraordinary pastimes of Kṛṣṇa to everyone, all the Brajbasis, and everyone would be amazed by the wonderful activities of their darling little Kṛṣṇa. So text 58 says that in this way, all the cowherd men, headed by Nanda Baba, enjoyed topics about the pastimes of Kṛṣṇa and Balaram with great transcendental pleasure. And they could not even perceive material tribulations. Very significant point made at the end of this chapter. That simply by enjoying the topics related to Kṛṣṇa and Balaram with great transcendental pleasure, if we can immerse ourselves in the pastimes of Kṛṣṇa and Balaram, material tribulations will not touch us. Srila Prabhupada says that in the purport. Srila Prabhupada said that Nanda Baba, Yaśodā Maya, and everybody in Vrindavan, they appeared like ordinary persons of this world, but they never felt the tribulations of this world. Why? Nothing of this world seemed to ever disturb them. Why? Because they were, always living in the transcendental world with Kṛṣṇa. They were living in the other world. So Prabhupada says that this is a practical example that if we simply follow the footsteps of these Brajbasis, of Nanda Baba, of Yaśodā Maya, then we can all be happy simply by discussing the activities of Sri Kṛṣṇa. So that is the Anusmarana that we leave you with today, that we discuss these beautiful pastimes. Let us try to keep remembering them so that we'll see we can experience it. That the more we try to absorb ourselves in these transcendental Leelas, then the less we get affected by what is happening around us in this world. This is, practically we can say with our own personal experience, we can vouch this fact that whatever disturbances may be surrounding us, no problem. But if we can just try, to absorb ourselves in these pastimes of Krishna, it is an ocean of bliss. We never feel like coming out of it. That is the glory of Sri Krishna's pastimes. So with this, we will end our session today. If there's any questions, comments, or reflections, we can take that now. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. So before we take any questions, we will see the quiz questions. The quiz questions are there. We have 9 questions. What were the flowers on Mother Yaśodā thinking when she was running after Kṛṣṇa? Second, what do the 2 fingers represent that were short when Mother Yaśodā was trying to tie baby Kṛṣṇa? Third, why were Krishna's boyfriends not able to open the knot tied by Mother Yaśodā? Fourth, on what day did Damodar Lila occur? Fifth, who cursed and blessed the 2 sons of Kuvera? Sixth, what is the anartha that the sons of Kuvera represent? Seventh, who suggested that Nanda Maharaj should move out of Gokul? Eighth, what anartha does Vatsasura represent? Ninth, what anartha does Bakasura represent? So we have a very sad announcement to make, that ISKCON GBC has sent out a message that Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj, he has been tested positive with the virus going on, and we actually are praying that if the Lord so desires, please cure Srila Bhakti Charu Maharaj, and we dedicate today's session of Sri Bhagavatamrita to Maharaj's speedy recovery. We pray at the lotus feet of Lord Nrsingadev to quickly, bless Maharaj with a speedy recovery. Ugram Viram Mahavishnum Jwalantam Sarvato Mukham Nrsingham Bhishanam Bhadram Mrityor Mrityum Namamiham. Shri Nrsinga Jai Nrsinga Jai 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 Shri Nrsinga. Jai Nrsingadev Bhagwan Ki Jai. Please, Lord Nrsingadev, please protect Srila Bhakti Charu Maharaj. Hare Krishna. So there seems to be a question. Okay, Rajeshwari Mataji, I believe there is a question. Yes. When Nala Kuvera and Manigriva got blessings from Kṛṣṇa that he will never fall down, how we can also get the same blessings from Kṛṣṇa? We can get the same blessings from Kṛṣṇa by doing what Nala Kuvera and Manigriva, what they got. They got the mercy of Narad Muni. So if we can get the mercy of a pure devotee of Kṛṣṇa, like our spiritual masters or any senior devotee, if they can become merciful to us, if they can become pleased by our service, then we have the hope that the same blessing that Nala Kuvera and Manigriva got, we will be recipients of the same kind of blessing. So hope that answers your question. It's a very sweet question. Thank you so much. So if there's no more questions, we'll end our session today. Thank you all so much. Please stay safe, and may Lord Nrsingadev protect everyone. Thank you all so much. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, ISKCON Vartaman Guru Vrind ki jai, Jai Nitai Gaur Sitanat Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Param Purushottam Bhagavan Shri Krishna Bhagavan ki jai.